Hi, Agency Summit attendees. I'm Amber Hines. I'm the CEO of Equalize Digital. We are super excited to be sponsoring the Agency Summit and especially being the live caption sponsor, which has enabled us to help make the summit more accessible to everyone this year. I wanted to take this opportunity to give you a quick demo and a behind the scenes look at what our accessibility checker plugin does. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We will be in our booth as much as we possibly can, doing some live chats with you, or you can always get a hold of us on Twitter at Equalize Digital, or reach out to us via our website. So let me share my screen and I'll dive in and show you a few things that you can do with Accessibility Checker. All right, so we have gone into Accessibility Checker. I have it installed on a demo website for testing purposes. And just real quick, something that is nice to know is you can turn it on for any post types in the pro version that you have on your website, whether it's the event calendar or custom post types that you've made specifically for yourself or for your clients. You have the ability to also scan password protected websites. So if you're just working on a new website, it's not live yet, and you have it behind a password protected login so that it's not accessible to the public, Accessibility Checker can still scan it as long as you put those credentials in. Once you have it set up exactly the way you want, you can then go to full site scan here in the menu, or we have a scan tab on the settings page as well. And you can go here, you can see these are all of the different posts and pages that are going to be checked. And you can just hit a quick run accessibility check. And what that will do is it will start queuing up all of the posts and pages for the post types you have set up to be tested, and it will run through them. You don't have to stay here. So you can close this window, it'll keep running. There's no reason to keep it open. We're going to actually pop over to the pages page. And then I'm going to go into one of these pages and let you see how to actually use Accessibility Checker in your work. So I'm here. Accessibility Checker does add some admin columns, so I can see the past accessibility tests, the percent. You can notice our page with lots of accessibility problems that we created here only has 55% past tests. Then we have the number of accessibility errors, color contrast errors, accessibility warnings, and ignored issues. I'm going to go into edit this. We're a certified B Corp page. This particular page is created with Gutenberg, but the plugin will work with any page builder. So if you're using Elementor, Beaver Builder, any of the other builders that are out there, it can still scan. Basically, below the content, you're going to find an accessibility checker meta box. It's going to have information. It has a summary of the percent past tests, the number of errors, number of contrast errors, number of warnings, and if any items have been ignored. I'm going to click over to the details tab. And here I can see a list of all of the specific problems that may be on my page. I'm going to say, for example, incorrect heading order. I can expand this and I'm going to see what the headings are, the levels. If I'm not sure what it means, you could go ahead and click the eye icon. That would open documentation on our website to explain about incorrect heading order. Or there's another place to see this in the plugin, which I'll show you shortly. But let's say I'm thinking, I don't actually know where this is, why we became a certified B Corp. So I have the option now, I can click view on page. That's going to open up the front end of the website. It's going to find the element and scroll to it and highlight it for me. And if I go over this, I can get extra information that explains about incorrect heading order, why it matters, what it needs to do. So I know, okay, this is in that paragraph. I could go find it and I could say, hey, this section, it actually should probably be an H2. So I'm going to update it to an H2. And then if I hit update on my page, every time I hit save draft or update, it's going to trigger Accessibility Checker to rescan. It's currently scanning, and in just a second, this will be available. and you can see it reloaded. And now if I click incorrect heading order, that one that we fixed is gone. And so that's a quick sort of look at what you can do. You would obviously go down through all of these things. Another one that we could look at is, for example, this possible heading. Says we don't make you fill out a 3-page form. And the reason why this is flagging is because it's super large font. I could actually show you because I know where this one is. It's a sentence that we've put right here in our footer. Well, what I know is this isn't a heading. It's just a large sentence. So if I'm saying, actually, this is not an accessibility problem, I could click ignore. And I could put a comment that checked and is not supposed to be a heading. And then I can go ahead and just ignore it. And what that does is it logs that I've ignored it and that it's no longer going to show up in my reports. So if I were to go over to the summary tab, we would see that I'm going to have additional, there we go. It loaded slightly different. So now I have 4 ignored items, 21 warnings. And if I go back here and I were to reload the page, I would also get this flag about the number of ignored there to just sort of let me know that I have a possible heading. Now, let's say that shows up on every page. I don't have to do that on every page. So the really cool thing about our Pro plugin is that we can go over to Accessibility Checker Open Issues. And there are 2 different views here. But what I love about this is it gives me a full site-wide picture of what's going on and what problems might potentially exist. So I can see that I have 7,395 links on this website that open in a new tab. That's a warning. There's a really fast way to resolve that one. Actually, I could just install our new window warnings plugin and it would make all of those go away, which is super cool if you're putting this on a client website and you want to show really fast progress. You can do that. It adds a little icon. It's free. It's on WordPress.org, but it also will clear up all of those issues, which is super nice. And it makes a nice warning for people on the front end so they know whether or not something's going to open in a new tab or window. But if anything I'm not sure about, so for example, this possible heading, I could click on it here. And then what it's going to do is it will show me the 361 possible heading warnings. And I can see all of them that exist. And you can see on what pages they're on. We can filter it. There's more information about what you need to do to fix it or not. But like we were talking about, we don't want to individually ignore these because they're grouped. So we have this tab called Fast Track in the Pro plugin. And if I click on the Fast Track tab, I can see all of the code snippets that have caused a problem that are, and how many pages they're on. So note, right now I'm just looking at pages. There's posts, services, right? All the different post types. And what's super cool about this is that I could enter a global ignore from this screen. So let's just look at this ARIA hidden. So basically what this means is it has this ARIA hidden equals true, and it's a warning and we're saying, hey, should this really be hidden from screen reader users? Now I know this is in the footer and I could do a really quick check myself. What are we looking at? Facebook? Yes, no, Twitter. So I could look at this Twitter link right here and just inspect it. And I could see, does it have some sort of screen reader text? Yes, it does. It says Twitter. So I know that it is correct that the icon itself is hidden from users because they're going to get screen reader text if they're blind. So they don't need their screen reader to tell them there's an icon there. So what I could just do right here is click global ignore. And then what that's going to do is that's going to add an ignore for every single page across the entire website so that both current and future, if you add any future pages or posts, it would also apply to that. So no one will ever have to go through this again. So that is a quick look at Accessibility Checker and how it works. I'm happy to answer any questions to it. Please don't hesitate to reach out. and let us know. And we would love for you to give it a try. We have a free version as well if you're not sure. And there's a lot of great information on our website or through the WordPress Accessibility Meetup about how you can use it or start adding more accessibility into your projects.